Hi, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. NFL Week 18, the whole Sunday slate we're going to get into today. Earlier episode or show, we went through the two Saturday games. Now we get to the rest of it. Week 18, or the last week of the season, always a weird week on the betting wise. Teams playing for something, not playing for something. Not a lot of player props out there because they're not sure of all the people that are going to sit, and the secondary guys don't have a good beat on those. So it is kind of going to be a little bit all over the place. There are some vital games, stuff like that. So we'll run through the schedule and give you the bets that we have so far. I will tell you this, any show that comes out more than 5 seconds before the game starts, make sure there's some sort of place where you can get their bets, like maybe in a written form like we have on our Google Sheets that you'll see at the end of the episode in the comments section. It's docs.google.spreadsheet, and a bunch of other stuff behind it. I'll link you right in and give you all the bets exactly we have going into the day. So we'll start off with the early slate of games. The one game that does matter for sure right out of the gate, Bucks at the Panthers, 4.5, 37 total. Obviously, Tampa Bay wins. They win the division, and they're in the playoffs. Baker Mayfield's got $1 million riding on that. Baker's going to play, even with a little bit of sore ribs. We do like the Bucks here. There's been a lot of Panthers money, so we took this at 4.5, or 4. The way the Panthers money is kind of rolling in, it could be 3.5, but I think they're on the wrong side of it here. The Panthers have more than enough problems scoring, even against bad defenses, and the Bucks is not a bad defense. It's a little inconsistent, but I don't think a bad defense. But the Bucks have enough offensive firepower, I think, to get this done. So we're going to go Bucks -0.5 first quarter, Bucks -3.5 first half, Bucks -4 for the game. We like the Bucks over 10.5 team total first half, over 21.5 team total for the game. Baker Mayfield over 1.5 passing touchdowns and over 223.5 pass yards. Mike Evans over 62.5 receiving yards, as well as Rachaad White over 22.5 receiving yards. So one more time in this Bucks-Panthers matchup, Bucks -0.5 first quarter, -3.5 first half, -4 for the game. Bucks over 21.5 team total and over 10.5 team total for the first half. Baker over 1.5 passing touchdowns, over 223.5 pass yards. Mike Evans over 62.5 receiving yards, and Rachaad White over 22.5 receiving yards. Next game up, Jags-Titans. We don't know if Trevor Lawrence is going to play. We do know Will Levis is out. Currently, Titans at home, 3.5-point home dog, 41 total. This line's probably going to get closer to... It just depends on what you like. If you like the Jags here, you wait. You play this now at 3.5. If you like the Titans, you wait until closer to game time. Because if Lawrence plays, maybe this goes down to, or maybe it goes to like 5.5. The Jags, obviously, if they win the AFC South. If they lose, all kinds of different things could be happening here. So we didn't necessarily like the side on this. We do like the total under in this particular game. We're betting on Beathard playing, and the Titans just muck shit up more than probably them and the Patriots. Not only that, at home, they keep these games tight. With Tannehill, they don't put up a lot of points. So we are going to take Titans-Jags under 7.5 first quarter, under 20.5 first half, under 41.5 for the game. We also like ETN to go over 53.5 rush yards, and Derrick Henry under 50.5 rush yards, as the Jags still host one of the best rush defenses out in the league. So one more time in this Titans-Jags matchup, Titans-Jags under 7.5 first quarter, under 20.5 first half, under 41.5 for the game. ETN over 53.5 rush yards. Henry under 50.5 rush yards in that particular matchup there. Next game up, Vikings at the Lions. Lions 3.5-point home favorite, total of 46. The Lions, let's see, I guess we're playing for a 2 seed, hoping Dallas loses on that particular matchup. I think should be in quick. They should be running the ball a lot in this game. Minnesota really hasn't put up much of a fight. Nick Mullins is not, he can sling it, but unfortunately half of them end up with the other team. So we do like the Lions here. So we're going to take Lions minus 1.5 first quarter, minus 2.5 first half, and we did get it at 3 for the game. Jahmyr Gibbs over 55.5 rush yards and an anytime touchdown. David Montgomery, anytime touchdown, a couple touchdowns on the ground. And Justin Jefferson, who's been under on his receiving prop, and a 95.5 is way too much. I know the Lions secondary is not stellar, but he hasn't hit over his receiving prop yet with Mullins, and we think he's going to go under 95.5 yards as well. So one more time in this Lions-Vikings game. Lions minus 1.5 first quarter, minus 2.5 first half, minus 3 for the game. Jahmyr Gibbs over 55.5 rush yards and an anytime touchdown. David Montgomery for the Lions, an anytime touchdown as well. And JJ under 95.5 receiving yards. Next game up, Falcons-Saints. So I guess we're playing for maybe a playoff spot here. If the Bucs lose, Saints can get in. Saints at home, 3-point home favorite, 42.5 total on this particular matchup here. We're probably going to add to play the under total as well, but we don't like the Falcons to score a bunch in this game either. But we do like Chris Olave for the Saints, over 5.5 receptions. He only had 3 last week in their win. I just think he's going to have a little bit better game this time around, better matchup as well. Drake London under 46.5 receiving yards because he hasn't hit squadouche when Tyler Heineke's been the quarterback. Falcons under 9.5 team total first half. Falcons under 19.5 team total for the game. So one more time, this Falcons-Saints matchup. Olave over 5.5 receptions. Drake London under 46.5 receiving yards. Falcons under 9.5 team total first half. Under 19.5 team total for the game. Not a ton there to go on, right? So Browns, Bengals at home. Cleveland already wrapped up the 5 seed. Nothing to play for here. No Flacco. 7-point home favorite for the Bengals, 37 total. Not really any player props anywhere around for this game. But we do like the over, as the Browns, when they hit the road, those games go over. So we like Browns Bengals over 7.5 first quarter, over 18.5 first half, and over 37.5 for the game. So one more time, Browns Bengals over 7.5 first quarter, over 18.5 first half, and over 37.5 for the game. Next game up, Jets Patriots. Patriots at home, 2.5-point home favorite. Total's the lowest any game in forever and ever at 30.5, depending on where you're getting it at. We like the under here. There was no player props available. So Jets, Patriots under 6.5 first quarter, under 14.5 first half, and under 30.5 for the game. So one more time, under 6.5 first quarter, under 14.5 first half, under 30.5 for the game. Then we get into the late afternoon slate. Bears at the Packers. This game is playing for something. Packers win, they're in. Bears have been playing lights out here lately. So it's supposed to be some weather in Lambeau as well. Packers 3-point home favorite, 45.5 total. I see this as a low-scoring game, to be really honest. And the Bears have a shot at, I think, an outright win here. So we do like the Bears. We're going to roll with that direction. Quite a few player props that we like in this game as well. So Bears plus 0.5 first quarter, plus 1.5 first half, plus 3 for the game. Jordan Love under 250.5 pass yards. Love to throw an interception. Justin Fields over 55.5 rush yards. If there is weather, I think they're going to run the ball a little bit more. DJ Moore under 68.5 receiving yards. And that's just a weather play. Jaden Reed under 47.5 receiving yards. Packers under 11.5 team total first half and under 23.5 team total for the game. So one more time, Bears plus 0.5 first quarter, plus 1.5 first half, plus 3 for the game. Jordan Love under 250.5 pass yards. Jordan Love to throw a pick. Justin Fields over 55.5 rush yards. DJ Moore under 68.5 receiving yards. Jaden Reed under 47.5 receiving yards. Packers under 11.5 team total first half and under 23.5 team total for the game. Next game up, Seahawks at Arizona. Seahawks have not been a good road team whatsoever so far this year. Cardinals have been more than scrappy and have looked pretty decent with Kyler Murray back. They have some serious deficiencies, maybe at wide receiver, maybe in the defensive side of the ball. But offensively, Kyler Murray looks good. James Conner looks awesome. Trey McBride, they found something there for the future. We like the Cardinals here. I know the Seahawks, if they win and the Packers lose, can get in, but I just gotta, I just don't see that one running. So we're gonna take the Cardinals plus a half first quarter, plus 1.5 first half, plus 3 for the game. Geno Smith to throw a pick. Trey McBride over 5.5 receptions, over 52.5 receiving yards. One of our favorite plays of the weekend is James Conner over 68.5 rush yards. That Seattle defense gives up rushing yards as they play. Seems like Ole defense. They can play pretty well against the pass, but they give up a ton of rushing yards. We also like Kenneth Walker over 58.5 rush yards because the other shitty rushing defense is the team on the other side, and that's the Cardinals. So one more time, Cardinals plus a half first quarter, plus 1.5 first half, plus 3 for the game. Geno Smith to throw a pick. Trey McBride over 52.5 receiving yards and over 5.5 receptions. Connor over 68.5 rushing yards. Kenneth Walker over 58.5 rushing yards. Next game up, Cowboys Commanders in DC. 13.5 point home dog. 46.5 total. Let's just, the easiest way for me to tell you about handicapping this game is the 49ers were a 14-point favorite last week going into Commanders. Did cover on that one there, but didn't score a buttload of points or anything like that. So do we think the Cowboys are only a point or a half a point worse than the 49ers? No, I don't think so. Cowboys have been horrible on the road. They've even lost straight up to the Cardinals earlier in the season, going against Josh Dobbs. So we are going to take the Commanders here, the plus 13.5. So it's plus 3.5 first quarter, plus 7.5 first half, plus 13.5 for the game. There could be weather there also in that game. So we're going to take Cowboys under 15.5 team total first half, under 29.5 team total for the game. Prescott under 278.5 pass yards. Prescott for an interception. And CeeDee Lamb under 95.5 receiving yards. So one more time in this Commanders-Cowboys game. Commanders plus 3.5 first quarter, plus 7.5 first half, plus 13.5 for the game. Cowboys under 15.5 team total first half, under 29.5 team total for the game. Prescott under 278.5 pass yards and to throw an interception. CeeDee Lamb under 95.5 receiving yards as well in that game. Next game up, Giants, Eagles. There wasn't really much out in this game. Eagles are a 5-point road favorite, 42 total on this one. Just two player props in this particular matchup that we've got that were available. A.J. Brown, anytime touchdown. And then Darren Waller over 35.5 receiving yards. A.J. Brown hasn't had a touchdown in 6 weeks. He's more than overdue. Waller has been, since back, has been consistently getting in the 40s receiving yard-wise. And that Philadelphia defense isn't anything that is not good against tight ends either. So kind of plays into that one. So A.J. Brown, anytime touchdown. Waller over 35.5 receiving yards. Rams, 49ers, and Chiefs, Chargers. Well, Chiefs-Chargers, nobody's playing for anything. We'll start with that one. Sounds like Blaine Gabbert's going to be the quarterback. Probably not going to see many starters, if any at all. Treat this like the bye week, like you were the 1 seed, and then go get ready for a home game, probably against either the Dolphins or the Bills, depending on what happens on Sunday night. The Rams, 49ers, Sam Darnold's going to start at quarterback. They're still a 4.5-point favorite at home, 41 total. Same type of thing. Nobody's playing for anything, therefore probably not a lot on there. This is one of those ones, there might be some value on some plays. They're just not available as of yet, as we're doing this Saturday afternoon. So make sure you do check those Google Sheets, as we will update those if we find some bets that we definitely want to make on that one. The other game, though, Broncos at the Raiders. Broncos, 3-point road dog, 37 total. There wasn't a lot on this game besides the game. We do like the Broncos here. Broncos plus a half first quarter, plus 1.5 first half, plus 3 for the game. I expect this to be extremely low scoring game, to be honest. And if that's the case, I might as well take the 3 in my pocket. So Broncos plus a half first quarter, plus 1.5 first half, plus 3 for the game. Now we'll get into the Sunday night matchup. Bills at the Dolphins. Dolphins 2.5-point home dog for Sunday Night Football. Total of 48. The Bills have been on a winning streak. They have not been crushing teams except for the Cowboys. So, I mean, even New England last week when Zappe threw them like 5,000 picks, they didn't beat them up. They didn't cover the 14. It's tough to go down to Miami and play. Miami's going to be tuned up for this game to win the AFC East and maybe knock the Bills out of the playoffs. The Bills definitely have to win to make sure that they're in. Dolphins are already in. But we think the Dolphins want to be that. They want to be the 2 seed. So we think that they want to get home on that deal. So they want to win this game here. So Dolphins, we like the Dolphins. Most of everybody out there has been Bills. I've seen way too many games where they can't seem to get the win down there. So we do like the Dolphins plus a half first quarter, plus 1.5 first half, plus 2.5 for the game. Also taking Dolphins money line. Tua over 23.5 completions, over 35.5 pass attempts, and over 264.5 pass yards. Josh Allen to throw a pick because he does every week. And Tyreek Hill over 6.5 receptions, over 92.5 receiving yards, and anytime touchdown as well. I mean, it's hard to bet any Josh Allen props besides maybe anytime touchdown and interception. That's how inconsistent he's been. You don't know what the game plan is. Hell, Steph Diggs' receiving props are down in the 60s now. And we were looking at this guy close to 100 at the start of the season. You just don't know what you're going to get. I don't know if James Cook's they're going to be able to run the ball like they have been in Miami against the defense. They've lost a couple studs as of late, more than a couple. Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb, Xavier Howard all went out on that one. But I think the Dolphins got something left in it for them. So we'll go through those plays one more time. Dolphins plus a half first quarter, plus 1.5 first half, plus 2.5 for the game. Tua over 23.5 completions, over 35.5 attempts, and over 264.5 pass yards. Josh Allen to throw a pick. Tyreek Hill over 6.5 catches for over 92.5 yards and an anytime touchdown. Like I said, this week 18 is very soft lines, and we're Saturday already with all these games on Sunday. So do make sure you check out the Google Sheets in the comment section at the end of this episode. It's docs.google.spreadsheet. Just click into there. The Google Sheets are a ledger of all of our bets, what juice we got those at, how many units, and what book we placed those at. So make sure you check that out when you get some time, especially this week 18 as you try to put your bets together. This whole thing is all over the place, to put it mildly. This might be one of your lightest weeks, and that's okay. The playoffs are right around the corner. There'll be a lot more dialed in for those, as everybody wants to win in the playoffs, not just giving games away and playing backups. So make sure you do check those out in the Google Sheets when you get some time. And as always, if you can subscribe and get notifications to our YouTube channel, so when we drop our bets, you get those first. Makes life really simple. Once you hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on for YouTube, you get a notification to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped new bets. Then you can just click the notification from there. It'll drop you right in, and you get all of our breakdown and bets of what we got going on. I do appreciate everybody's support as always, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.